welcome to Strong Island Hip Hop Radio. This is your girl, Gina, baby, and we talking to Danny Love tonight.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Yeah.
All right, Danny, tell them where you from.
Oh, man, that's a trick question, man. I'm from New York, you know what I'm saying? Representing, born and raised in Brooklyn. But every 5 boroughs, man, I represent the city, man. City that never sleeps, yeah.
All right.
Word up.
Well, tell us what you do. Tell us about yourself.
Oh man, for the first time, you know, people just checking me out, man. My name's Danny Love. I'm CEO of Daily Records, executive producer for a lot of different things that I am a part of. And so yeah, pretty much got a long resume, man. 14 years grinding, 14 years really trying to build mine. Yeah. I've been at this for a long time, since I was 16. And but yeah, everybody that knows me most knows me for building talent, branding talent. Sharing my label, sharing my platforms with independent artists out there so that they can rise to the occasion, and most importantly, just fighting for our cause, because there's not many good outlets for us that are legit for independent artists. So for me, I'm just just an advocate, man.
All right, so Danny, tell us what separates you from any other CEO or brand.
Oh man, that's a great question. But one of the first things, I believe my competitiveness, me being a basketball player, being a college basketball, guy, knowing how to work with a team, knowing what it takes, having to play my part, and just knowing my role. I'm very competitive. That's the first thing I think. Another thing that separates me is my ability to, I guess, withstand a lot of adversities and a lot of different challenges, and my problem solving. And I guess, I don't know really, but CEOs out there, I respect the CEOs that's put their all into what they're doing. So I really take my hat off to all my fellow entrepreneurs. So this difference would be my purpose is to be number one. You know what I mean? So I really won't concede to that. I tell Jay-Z, I'll tell Diddy, I'm one. Your job, and they'll kick me out the office, but they'll be honest. I'll be honest with them. Like, I'm not here to work for you. I'm here to be a partner.
I like the way that sounds. I heard you say education. What college you went to?
Shouts to York College, man. I went out there, played 2 years, some D3 ball there. Got recruited to a lot of situations. University of Central Florida, Buffalo U, and
so you're big in basketball, I see.
Yeah, that's more easier than music and everything else that's come to me. Basketball is a big passion of mine, and I still coach underdogs AAU basketball. So I've been doing that since I was in freshman year in high school. Started off coaching my brothers, age group kids 12 to 14. 14 years later, I'm at 975 athletes. I'm crossing into my first 1,000 this summer of my first time. I'm sorry about that. I'm crossing into my first 1,000 athletes this summer, and so I'm very excited about 2016. But basketball being so important to me was just creating an underdogs AAU program, and still, staying close to the game, living through them. So when this music stuff didn't work out, if it didn't, I always had the coaching resume.
Giving back to the community, I love it.
Yes, most definitely, man. Shout out to the underdogs AAU, man. We had a great 2015 summer, man, winning nine championships out of 17, So for me, everybody that knows me knows it's hard to win an AAU tournament. So
they're looking up to you.
Yeah, man. So shout out to the underdogs, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, what's your next project?
Oh man, for the past year I've been working on. Everybody knows me for Daily Records, putting out music, putting out records, and I've been slow for the past 2 years doing that. A lot of litigation, getting rid of artists that I've been carrying around for years that haven't delivered. My 2 stars, packaging them up for one of their biggest push, so we've been taking our time with them on that. So for the 2 years I've been kind of quiet with the record label side, which makes this so exciting because music is coming back soon, and that's where it all started for me, but with that origin. But for the past 2 years, man, I've been pretty much in TV, developing an amazing talk show called More Than Music, been pushing my underdog basketball brand, and really contacting a lot of investors and sponsors, just really just really rubbing elbows with the next level, and saying goodbye to the where I was before. And hasn't been easy. It's been the most fun I've been having, but it's been very hard too. I'm losing friends, I'm losing family members, and yeah. So you would think that it's funny when I started the TV show, when it was on YouTube, I got more support, and then once I got on cable or TV, nobody hits me up no more. So it just showed you as you climb, you lose that. But everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching, that's their problem, man. Chase your dream and don't settle. Don't apologize for trying to be great.
Well, listen, I heard if you don't have haters, you ain't popping. So
yeah, you already
doing
know.
Something right.
You already know.
All right.
Word up, man.
Well, here's a good question. How did you transition from being an artist into your TV show?
Oh man, being an artist was my brand. Danny Love was, when I started off in the music, it was the brand of music. When I've been always hosting showcases in Times Square, and
so you're used to this.
Yeah, so I was always hosting, always doing red carpet, always doing public speaking. I would talk to group homes and different things like that. So on TV is totally different. But it's been amazing. 20 episodes in, and we're in talks of doing something national. I just finished season 3 Tuesday, so it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
So we're gonna be looking forward to season 4.
Yeah, shout out to Smack, man. Smack was on. We had Smack on the show on Tuesday, and he came out and really dropped a lot of bombs for indie artists. So that's gonna be a great episode. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, so it's a good question. When it comes to mentor, as an artist, do you think an artist should have a mentor in the game now, or should they have their own crew?
Wow, well that is a great question. I believe that everybody listening to this that's an indie artist born after 1983 or something like that, they're not going to ever listen to a mentor. They don't have the same respect for the old school, the OGs like I did. When my uncles talked, I listened. You know what I'm saying? When uncle told you to go grab a beer, you ran and you did that. Nowadays, man, I see kids like, yo, nigga, you better get your own, like, get out of here, you can get a job or something. It's not balanced the right way. And then plus, a lot of our black men, our black leaders are caught in paying bills, so they can't really teach no more like that. And the guys that run in the blocks, the streets, they're not the dudes that ran it back in the day, because there was a code. You didn't mess with the kids, and you still was somewhat of a role model. There was some kind of rules. Now the kids are the ones doing it, and it's just a terrible time right now. So to every artist listening, yes, you need a mentor, you need a manager, you need an executive, you need a CEO. I don't even want to say manager. You need a boss. Everybody out there trying to be anything, you need a boss. I don't care what nobody says. And if somebody has a little bit more know-how or know to learn from them, if you don't want to make them your boss, be a student then. At the end of the day, pay your dues, and the doors are open for you. Because I was just having this conversation yesterday, and I said, yo, I'm one of those guys that was out in the streets, and my little brother, I would make walk with me and put tape on every one of his fingers. And as I hit every pole, I would snatch tape off his hand. So this was me utilizing my brother, learning how to be a promoter, putting in the groundwork, feeling like nobody's gonna give me $1 million if I didn't go out here and stand in the cold and do my posters. So I just think that, and I would tell that to a new artist. I would mentor them and say, yo, man, get on the train and perform like I did, stand in front of Apollo and spit like I did. We now, in Times Square, there ain't nobody out there trying, it's just terrible right now, terrible time. So find a mentor, learn, and you'll be lucky if somebody even wants to tell you anything, so listen, definitely need a mentor.
So you feel like artists nowadays respect the game? Everyone's just starting to sound like it.
There's no respect. There's no, they can't tell me 3 A&Rs or 3 people at Bad Boy, you know what I mean? Or you can't name the 3 vice presidents at I says hip hop record played, or you're not a student. And shout out to all the CEOs out there that are students. There's people out there that saw someone else do it, like saw Ralph McDaniels do pictures and followed him, and then there's somebody that saw Puff and followed him, and then there'll be a kid that's watching Danny Love and they'll follow him. So yeah, absolutely, man, you have to.
There's a lot of people that's going to be following Danny Love.
I hope so.
Listen, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to see what DJ Quiet Storm have in store for us.
DJ Quiet Storm, what up?
Welcome back, y'all, to Morning Music. You tuned in live. As promised, man, you just met all the artists in America. They went through top to bottom. You saw the talent, the energy we coming with. But before I even start, man, let's get total silence, man. Total silence. It's my honor, my privilege, I'm pleasure to have in the building. You already know, it's no stranger, man. You've seen him on 105.1, The Breakfast Club, been feeding the streets for years, man, keeping us fresh with the music. I want everybody in the building, More Than Music. Welcome my special guest, the big homie, DJ Envy. Make some noise, y'all. Yes. Envy, what's going on, bro?
How's everybody doing? First of all, pardon me for being late. If y'all listen in the morning, y'all coach my daughter's basketball team. Tonight was her championship game.
Awesome.
I should have came early because they blew us out though. But you know, as a coach, as a dad and a coach, you want your daughter to win. But when they start losing, you be like, damn it, man. You don't know what to say. Like, go bust some ass. But we lost. But it was a lot of fun.
That's what up, man. Well, we glad to have you, man. We know it's not easy, man, but we so grateful to have you in the building. And again, I don't want to waste no time, man. They ready to show you what they got. Every artist in here is gonna bring it to you, man. Again, welcome, Envy Block. Y'all make some noise one more time. Y'all. Yeah, man. Word. So I'm excited, man. I can't contain it. So I want to jump right into the music. With no further ado, more than music, let's open up the show. Let's start off, man, with this artist. A lot of energy, heavy music. You already know. 400. Welcome to the stage, 400, man. Welcome in, man. Let everybody know who you are, where you from.
400, the hood star from Jersey, Skyway, Central Jersey, North Jersey, South, all that. Rep that. DJ Envy, what up? Salute.
That's what it is. More than music, 400.
Yeah, New Jersey Stadium. This is when I got tired of the East Coast and Jersey getting overlooked. Feel me? They saying the East Coast rap is done. I'm here to bring the bars back. I said I'm here to bring the bars back. Nursery rhymes is what you call rap, straight raw shit. I'm all last bringing no jokes, what happened to that nigga shit? Everybody got big money, this shit is sick. Bro, I'm struggling, pain going, that gritty shit. Real live hip hop, that New York City shit. They said they run it, but they washed up. Perfect timing for the garden to boss up. Niggas want airplay, they hitting Ross up. This your release date, the time nigga pause up. I remember puffing the blunt with the locks playing, bagging up, tucking my gun. They gave a shit that we relate to, something to love. And now these niggas sell their soul and give it up for a buzz. This shit is sad. We don't live in the past, we live in now, nigga. Got this music shit in the bag. Dedicated to whoever made the pen in the bag. I'm only here to make this industry mad. Swinging New Jersey, save me. I'm here to bring the bars back. I said I'm here to bring the bars back. Nursery rhymes, what you call rap, straight. At 400 FOE_H20D, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook 400 Let's Roll Hoodstar, IsYouRollin.com, official website ISUROLLIN.com.
That's what it is.
Log on, man. Let's Roll Records, biggest thing out of Jersey.
You already know. Let's send it over to Envy. What you thought, man?
What part of Jersey you from?
I'm from Skyway.
You nice. I mean, the line where you say, I ain't cry when my pops died, but I'll cry when Styles die. I mean, I feel it. You know what I mean? I respect it. You know what I mean? I love the lyricism. I love the beat. I love the song. I love the record. I love what it meant. You know what I mean? Oh, you what you say?
It's original.
Yeah, I can tell it's original. You know, it put age on us though, because I could tell where you're coming from, because I feel like that a lot. Like, you know what I mean? But I love the record. I love your energy. I believe it. It's not one of them things where I don't believe. I absolutely 100% believe it.
Good looking, y'all. You heard it first, man. DJ Envy. Thank you a lot, 400. Good looking.
All right, we back. Ooh, Gina, baby, with Danny Love.
Yeah.
All right,
What's going on,
Danny.
y'all?
All right, my next question for you is,
Let's get it.
what's up next?
Wow, man. Yeah, like we were saying before the break, man. I worked a little bit behind the scenes past 2 years with the TV show. Since the TV show, I've been doing a lot of artist development. I haven't been interested in really signing any artists. Again, with my past experience, striking out, and like I tell anybody out there, any artist and everybody that has a record label, some people ask me all the time, like, yo, why you ain't on yet, or and I don't really know what the definition of on is, because I don't know how much on I could be, but they ask those kind of questions because perception is reality, and I would tell, my answer would be like, bro, it takes perfect chemistry between a CEO and an artist of any label to get a platinum record, because it takes a lot of listening and a lot of trust. The artist has to listen, and the CEO has to trust, and then the reverse way. I have to trust the artist has to trust the CEO. And somewhere along the line, it takes so long to record that album that the trust and the gets tangled, and sometimes so it happens. Usually 90% of the time it's the artist's care. It's a brother or an uncle that thought that they can do Danny Loves or do a CEO's job, or felt like they were sharing too much of their cut, you know what I mean, and they want to be the boss with no credentials or no resume. So a lot of that stuff. So I got into not being interested in signing any acts for about 2 years. Just watching a lot of dudes that were nice be stagnant and be stuck.
So you do have artists?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I'll get to that in a sec. Yeah, but for me, for the past 2 years, I was developing just really got in their career. A lot of artists would come to me and be like, I'm looking for a mixtape host or the DJ, or they want to get radio or something like that. So I started off just really brokering the deals and really just doing artist development. Not really many people were doing it, and then if they did, it would be a lot of New York artists are not really good with money or have a lot of budget, so they can only do certain things, like 2 or 3 things out of what they really need to be doing altogether. With Danny Love and anybody that hits me up, we have to do everything. I'm not with the baby steps. I'm not with the none of that. I know too much, and I know exactly what it takes. This is not a hard thing to do. This is a discipline thing, and a lot of artists spend 10 years trying to figure out that it just takes discipline. So with that being said and done, I've had a great run with the artist development, some great clients. I put out some great events. In November, I shot a release party for an upcoming Queens artist. I brought out K Slay and had the straight stunt in there. I have DJ Drewski, 97 in the building, crazy. We're doing another release, a release party for 2 upcoming artists. Young E and Sight Flips. Shout out to those 2, man, and I'll be bringing them to you next week, man, so you can chop it up with them and all. But yeah, most definitely. So otherwise than that, man, and I have the big pre-New Year's Eve holiday concert where I'm featuring about 6 to maybe 10, local queens or LI acts to come out and tear it down to start everybody. Pre-New Year's Eve countdown. And I thought it would be great for indie artists. I didn't charge anything to enter. I just wanted to do like a fan appreciation, like so I booked a lot of cats that I'm a big fan of. And a lot of people don't say that, like I'm a fan of your music, man. I like what you're doing. And so there's like an artist will run up to me and be like, you're grind. And I'm like, if I like your music, then you're gonna get the same love, So at the end of the day, so shout out to all of them, man. I got a crazy lineup that December 29th. Make sure y'all come out, man. Stars Banquet Hall, right on right in Merrick, man. 231st in Merrick. It's gonna be a zoo. I'm shutting down Queens. It's the second time, I think. It's my second time I'm bringing out big stars, man, to Queens.
I think Gina, baby, gonna have to shut down.
Oh yeah, we might get media coverage with you in there, man.
Okay, man.
Post you up and get everybody in there conversating. That's dope, man.
So, Mr. Love, tell me, what's going on with the female rappers in New York?
Female rap in New York, there's no female rapper that has a manager that they're not making love to. I thought I was going to get you that out.
Okay, now.
Let me retract. Let me say that again. There's no female rapper in New York that's not in a relationship with their manager or their artist. That's the reason why, 1, I feel like there's no New York female rapper. That's the first thing. 2, the female rappers, the artists, they're around, they might be already committed. Women are very loyal, especially, black women, in my opinion, or just all women. Just women are very loyal. And if they get with a crew, they'll stick with that crew. They'll run with it, even though it can be very wrong for them and very bad. So I find myself like 70% of female rappers are already around crews or managements that they're already got them already good and in good control. So with that being said and done, nobody of position of power is going to want to work with a female rapper because it takes so much money for anybody to work with a female rapper.
Sound like too much love is being spread.
I mean, not enough work ethic to me. It's just, it's some great, I know personally some great female rappers that I would love to work with, you know what I mean, and I would love to get involved with, but at the end of the day, it's a lot going on around them that you just can't, whether it's a boyfriend, it could be anything, it could be an ex, and mind you, let's say you have a perfect star, and I know many CEOs out there can relate, you have a perfect star and she'll get a boyfriend. And then that homie will start, having problems with you, and the next thing you know, you can't work with your star because he's wondering what you're doing in the studio those hours and all those hours. So to be a female in the industry is very hard anyway, because you're around men all day long and all the time, so relationships brew and things like that. So it's very hard, and the women that are not, I was talking to that earlier, the women that are smart don't go far. They don't advance. Very few are selected, and that's that.
They're all taken.
Yeah, very few are selected to get in. That's why there's not many female rappers. The best ones, the ones that they were Smart Missy, shout to the Brat. These were people that couldn't be bought anymore, and I'm mad at those two. When I personally book the Brat and Missy, I'm gonna personally say, man, why? I want them to do more female rap, but I know why they can't, so shout to them, man. Salute to them.
So what do you look for in an artist?
Everything I had as an artist and better, in my opinion, I'm the only artist that I've ever met or signed that knew what it took, and mind you, I don't want to be an artist. It's not. Okay. I could do it, and I could sell, and I have a market. Everything looks. I've sold. A lot of artists haven't sold records yet. I've done tours. I've been in Europe. I've tested these markets, but it meant nothing to me because my passion was Puff's job. So at the end of the day, yeah, man, it takes a lot, man. I look for a lot of everything I had. I wouldn't miss a flight. I wouldn't. I'm very on point. I'm very, very detail oriented. I understand the business. I understand what my job is as an artist. So I think that I look for business, an artist that understand that this is not show fun, this is not show time, this is not show me, this is show business. And if they understand that the business is bigger than the show, that helps. So I love business, business ambition, artists, talent, creativity, man. You have to be really good at what you do. And I meet a lot of good writers. Okay. I don't meet a lot of good artists. Big difference. Hit me up if you want to know those differences. But just briefly, big difference between an artist and a writer. And that's really what I look for. You gotta know those 3-4 lanes for me. Business, everything else. We'll get budget. We can attract money. Okay. I can get that for we can do all those things. We can fundraise. We can do anything it takes to.
Do you hear that?
To get you where you need to be at. But there's no excuse. And a lot of people watching this, man. A lot of those when I meet an artist, they have all those people around them, and I'll be wanting to get rid of those dudes. No different than Def Jam would want to get rid of everybody around me. Okay. They want to get rid of my cameraman and my dude that's nice with the beats and stuff because they want their people in it. It's the same thing with me. When I meet an artist, and that's why I do clients. Clients are so much better for me because when I advise them, I'm like, listen, bro, that's your man, that's dope. One of the biggest ones I always say, I book for a music video, somebody for me to direct a music video, and the artist will say, can my man's in them be in it? And I'll be like, oh man, can your man? And my first thing I say is, sure, are they your promoters? Are these dudes selling CDs? Are they the ones that pull your shorties for you? Like, what's their role? Okay. Because too many videos I've seen, homies with the Hennessy, and they there, and then the night of the show, I'm like, where's the homie we was in the video with? Where's the dude with the whip that pulled up that, so I don't like that absentee stuff. So at the end of the day, I like my artists to check their crews and really validate their cousins, look into things. I'm telling you, any artist listening to me right now, I got beef with cousins as we speak because they don't, I don't know what it is, At the end of the day, they must got something better going on, but I don't force support, I don't force none. They see me, I see them. It's what we do,
All right, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah.
Quiet Storms, tell them what you tell them.
Tell them what you tell them. Yes, welcome back. Yes, y'all, welcome back to More Than Music. Like I promised, man, like we said, we told y'all all episode, man, we got the one. The Fat Boy Fresh himself, Fred the Godson. What's going on, man?
Hello, G.
Good, welcome to More Than Music. DJ Super Excited, what up, man?
Yes, sir, man. Yo, Fred the Godson is a big look.
Big look for us, man.
I'm telling you, man. You don't even know.
Word, man. Word, man. So let the people know, man, who you are, what it is, man.
It's your boy Fred the Godson, a.k.a. Gordo Frederico.
Yes, sir.
Fat Boy Fresh, the mixtape out rocking.
Yes.
Got the single out called Everything. featuring Vado, French Montana, so
Nice, man.
no, team working, we working.
I see you, man. See you. But first, I gotta let everybody know, man, we're very humbled to have you here and very thankful too, man. So thanks a lot.
Good looking.
What made me really seek you, man, was what the love that we saw you was giving us as independent artists and stuff, man. I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So first thing I did something for the people that's first time getting tuned into Fred the Godson. Let them know when it all started for you, when it all started to click. Cause I heard it at high school, the freestyles were you was really known for.
Yeah, but it was just play around, you know, like joking in the hallway, just rhyme. You know, you snapping on people.
Yeah.
Thing.
That's what's up.
You know, then I stepped into studio, a real studio, like in 2002. And then you say like around 2005, I started getting serious.
That's what's up.
And then after that, it's history.
Took off from there.
Not really took off.
Took off yet? Not yet.
No.
So when do you think came your biggest break that made you into the industry?
My biggest thing to me was when you
knew you was it.
When I was on the cover of Double XL. Wow. Yeah, the freshman class. Me.
Yes, I remember that.
Lamar.
Remember that episode. Yeah, remember that. That's what's up. So like a lot of people, I don't know if they hear it because we've been, this is our 7th episode. We're new and the whole concept of the show, we've been educating independent artists on features and how to do the proper collabos, the importance of paperwork and all. You mentioned earlier that you started in 2005 and that's a long time. I wanted to know what kept you in it this long and that's the main thing. What kept you in it for so long? There's a lot of artists that's frustrated to give up.
It was like, I had a good team with me. We all from the streets, so we was all fortunate to make money in the streets and do things to buy, like things that we need. I always had a studio and
that's what's up.
Always had a place to record and always had like nice things, whatever. So it's not like I was starving, you know what I'm saying? So I was looking better than a lot of artists that was on.
I like that. I like that.
It's just grinding and working, so it's hard for me to quit anything. Like if I start, it's hard for me
I'm the same way.
Quit than to keep going,
I'm the same way. I waited last minute for you. I can't quit either. That's
and then, the people stop me in the street. It's like, you're my favorite rapper. Your bars is crazy. How you? So that goes a long way, especially when nothing's moving.
That's what's up.
Nothing's moving sometime, and
you just get coming up.
That gives you that push. So that's what made me keep going.
It's important to hear you say that because I think a lot of artists glorify the glamour and the glitz, but they don't see that part that it takes the struggle or the longevity or the consistency, that it takes. Definitely, and it's something that's important. I gotta ask, man. From that first person that came up to you and approached you. No, better yet, but before I ask that, how much? And this is a question I always ask. An independent artist are very afraid to spend money, and I find it that without the accomplishments, they feel like they owed something. I wanted to know about that mythbuster, or if you can address that. That is something that I run into all the time as an independent. Is I should be paid or like, who's gonna be there, things like that. I just wanna know, walk us through what Fred the Godson was like when he was 15, 16, all the show, all your everything you must have been through, if there was doubt or, I remember doing some shows where the hosts were having, they would rock one city, but I'm not from that city, so I'm kinda like, what up, New York, or something. So I just wanted to, if you can just address some of that.
Well, first off, these artists, they got it twisted. Like I know artists that like that myself where they want to charge, but they haven't done nothing. Like these things you gotta get the accolades together. You cannot do nothing. I don't care if you was even when people was coming up to me saying I'm their favorite rapper, I couldn't charge nobody because I ain't do anything yet.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I was getting like in the beginning where I remember when I remember when it was getting close though when that one kid called my phone, was like, yo, I want to do a song. I'm like, I got you. Said, yo, but you can do it for me for $500. I'm like, what? You gonna pay me $500 for this?
Wow, that's what.
And I was like, okay, this shit's rocking, man.
Oh man.
And then but there's artists now that they want to get paid and they haven't done nothing, but they're probably good.
Right.
And like, salute to them, but it's still accolades, man. Like people gotta know you because they're paying. because you're good and it's gonna give me exposure because you have a certain exposure, but
Gotcha.
you ain't got no exposure. Why am I paying you?
Right, now you're opportunists. Now they're trying to out
It's crazy.
I understand.
Try to ride off your hype.
Yeah, because they don't want to put in the work. You gotta put in the work.
Artists, you heard that, man. There's no way around. There's no shortcuts around.
Baby, back with Danny Love.
Yes, deal. Yeah.
All right, Danny, you got a question?
Yes.
What advice would you give the people that's listening?
Advice. I asked that yesterday's tape was just smack, and you know, his advice was pretty simple. I'm gonna be a little bit more simple as well, but my advice is don't come outside until you have everything ready. The worst thing an artist can do is put out a song. You know, they say stuff like, you know, I just want to see how it sounds or see what people think of this, and I'm like, what if they think something bad of it? You know, so it brings down your value every time you drop something for free. So I'm not one for me, because I guess because I'm a record label guy, I don't believe in free music, period. You know, but I see now that's the trend, you know, with that Piff and you drop it, so I had to adapt. So now I am, you know, more into promotional music, but I'm very particular about masters and my artists, and at the end of the day, I'll tell any artist out there, you'll waste money doing it wrong versus waiting for one good time to do it. And you'll notice that all the connections around you, photographers, radios, they'll be more happy to work with you because you're doing this all at a good time. People like that, man. So at the end of the day, that's my advice to any artist, anybody watching, tuning in. You know, don't come outside. It might have sounded funny in the beginning, but don't do it. Don't put out no records. Don't go look for nothing. Don't go talk to nobody unless you have questions. But when somebody says, yo, I'm a rapper, no, you're not. You work at Target. You know, you're a Target. You're a Target cashier. Your hobby is rap. Until you make a salary off of that, until you make a living off of rap, you're not a rapper. You know, so, and that would offend a lot of people. It would offend me. 10 years ago, I would have been like, what, nigga, what? You know, but I understand that. And shout out to my boy, you know, Jersey the Don. He was one of the first to always told me, he's like, yo, love, you can take the chances you've taken because you actually made a living off of music. A lot of artists haven't. So I used to be wondering why, like, how you believe in your music and you're not all in. I'll die for somebody else's masters that I believe in. That's just how hard I go for my company. So with that being said, nobody really goes hard. So go hard and don't come outside till you're ready.
I said you are the product, protect your brand.
Yes.
All right, so just name a couple of the celebrities that you work with.
Oh man, some celebs I worked with, DJ Enough, shout out to DJ Enough, shout out to DJ Envy, who will be back in February, man, he'll be back on More Than Music, DJ K Slay, Redman, Remy Ma, man, Joe Budden, you know, Ralph McDaniels have came through. Shout out to Ralph McDaniels. That was a big episode for me. The first, you know, hip hop TV show, and you know, having him on my show, interviewing him. So it was big for that. So many, man. I mean, a lot of celebs through the TV show. I hope I didn't miss any. It's Fred the Godson, Dave East, DJ Self, Manolo Rose. Shout out to Manolo. We got something coming big in February. And BB Kings. I'm plotting on with him, and yeah, Red Cafe. So much, man. So much. I mean, I've been really blessed. And mind you, this was all the past 2 years. You know, this has been the past 2 years. 14 years, and the past 2 is finally paying off. So imagine if I would have quit after 5 years, after 7, after 8, after a couple artists quit on me, after everybody says this or that, you know.
Don't give up.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
And one thing I gotta tell you too, Miss Gina, shout out to DLE Records, mom. You know, I gotta shout out Jersey the Don, man, the Painkiller album coming in 2016. Big music, you know, his final push, his final campaign. Shout out to R&B artist Raisha, DLE's first lady, man, the queen of R&B, right, the new queen of R&B. Big music coming from her, Bombshell coming in 2016. I hope I don't get in, I'm like I say, I hope I don't get in trouble leaking the names. But you know, I'm dropping the names of the albums early, but I'm a little exclusive for the show. But shout out to Raisha, we got the single dropping on Christmas, All For You. Look out for that on iTunes and everything. And but word, shout out to all the DLE artists that gave up and quit. I'll see them in court. I'm just playing, you know. Yeah, laugh now, pay later.
Talk about it.
But otherwise than that, and mind you, I didn't sign up for none of that. I don't get into the music industry for that. But shout out to all those dudes out there. Forever will remain nameless.
Okay.
You know? But yeah, big things coming from us. New artists on deck. I'm getting so much submissions, so much music. I'm looking forward to a whole new roster, new beginning as Raisha and Jersey the Don, you know, dropping their final projects and all. I'm looking forward to the new DLE, the rebirth. It's going to be fun. 2021, man. So 2016, big things, man. Big things in the works. So I just wanted to shout out my franchise tags, you know.
Okay, well listen, tell everyone on Strong Island Hip Hop Radio where they can find you, social media and all.
Oh man, everybody that's tuning in, man, check me out on Instagram at Mr. DLE _, the only one, man, at Mr. DLE _ More Than Music, if you're trying to be a guest on the hottest new industry talk show, email me at dlerecords@live.com. Check out previous episodes from season 1, season 2, and season 3 on the YouTube channel right now, youtube.com/DLE Records Music. Consultation management, hit me up, man. Hit up the show, get the rec links, man. Hit up Gina Baby, yo. Y'all gonna be on point, man. And yeah, man, just shout out. If you go Google me, Oscar nominated. I mean, Danny Love, Danny. Yeah, I'm all over, man. Like I said, my resume is broadcast, so I'm very proud of myself, very proud of my movement. I've been alone, I took a lot of shots, and I'm finishing the year stronger than anybody around, you know, so let's do it.
They talking about it, baby.
And yo, I want to shout out my man Nightwolf, the whole behind the scene team, man. I can't even give my plugs names, the way that the industry works, they'll be hitting them up around me, but shout out to you on a wonderful job, a wonderful show.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Definitely, man. Thanks for having me.
Gina, baby. Well, we appreciate having you, and thank you for coming down.
Most
all right?
man. Yeah, I'll see you soon again.
Yes, real soon, real soon.
Yeah.
Can you give us a ballpark before anybody took interest in you, or any outside help? How much was it, or what was it like for your camp? How much was y'all spending in yourselves, weekly, monthly, before anybody got into? I'm seeing the reactions, but I just.
If I say the real number, it's gonna be a lot of
no, you know what? And I
gonna be like, it's no way.
No, but I want that because More Than Music, there's artists and they know who they are. $200 is a hard sacrifice, so it's important that I want you, Fred the God, to just explain to America, man, like what kind of sacrifices Fred the God started making at camp before everybody got involved.
Well, first of all, we got the studio. Just in studio time, like before I bought my own studio, I was spending at least $2,000 a month in other studios. And like, wow, that was just out the pocket. And then when we got our studio, we had just the studios, man. We talking about like $300,000-$400,000.
I'm sorry, the man made a comment just now. He said $200 just for gas alone. And that's a real thing, because a lot of artists don't understand that. Right. You gotta get to these places, and you gotta do what you gotta do to get yourself out there, man. And they not understanding that, and they think that, if I'm a DJ or a promoter or somebody like that, and I want you to come to my joint, I don't really know you yet. So you're gonna have to put out that little bit of bread just to come out and get yourself known and get yourself out there. Cause I know, Fred, I know you had those times where they ask you, you're gonna have to put out that little 100, that whole 150 just for you to come on the show. Because it's a lot of artists out there like that, and people nowadays, they don't understand that. You know what I mean?
And I paid every last one.
Exactly.
And I did like 600, 700. I did so many shows where me and my team is in there, and we looking crazy. But I gotta get recognized, so I gotta put in the work. It's not about looking pretty, the jewelry and all that shit sitting up there. And like, I got bars, I'm nice, so y'all niggas, nah. You gotta earn your keep, everything. You know? I mean, like, you gotta go, and so it'll be times where a nigga be like, you know the shit. Here's 10 tickets, sell them. $15 a piece. Right. Let's give them 150, just give them my tickets, and then even get more tickets, because they know me as the kid that will come to the show 40 deep and have 30 niggas on stage with me. You know, and I that's just the way we ran.
Wow.
You know, like every time we go to a club 60 something deep, and then like, y'all niggas can't come in. Wow. Cause y'all can take over the club anytime y'all want. Y'all overnumber the security by 5 each. Wow. But it was love, and that keeps you going. Like, being that everybody follow me, like, this is my shit. Like, I mean, I started like, everybody's in it and we all in it to make money, but this is my dream, this is my shit. You know what I'm saying? So being that it it was good where my family and everybody believed in me.
Right.
And they was willing.
Right.
You know, it's hard.
It's so hard without support.
It's a lot of niggas that I know, a lot of niggas that's good, but nobody believes in them. And or they don't just got the time to run with them. You know, because everybody do their own shit. You might want to rap, I won't fuck bitches all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like going to the club and you like, yo, but I gotta rap. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, man, that's why we had to have you, because you're addressing the stuff that's right at the pressure point of independent, man.
Especially for those independent artists that's trying to come up.
Yes.
They think that it's only going to be glitz and glamour, and it's not all about that.
So let me just
there's lucky people that luck up. There's niggas that luck up, that's in the right place at the right time, and they popping, and they ain't have to go through none of this shit.
Right.
But
you can't depend on that luck. Yeah, you can't depend on that luck, man. Absolutely not. And I just want to refer back to it. You said 600-700 shows, man, all paid for out of pocket. Had to do what he had to do. And I remember when I was, early in my career, how I was hitting up all the shows, and I was just turned off by not, because I was so new, and I wanted, I was expecting that embracement or just supporting of the hip hop, the culture. I'm a student of hip hop, and that's what I was going to ask you next too, because once I started seeing it wasn't the culture anymore. It wasn't about potential. It was about what can I get from you now. Like, when did the first time for you, and when you saw that it wasn't, or is it? I guess for a lot of people out there, for the people you run into, that's not for the love of the culture. It's about making money. How's that for you? Somebody who's so passionate and
I mean, I don't get mad at him. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's sacrifices. Like, if you sacrifice as much as me and spend as much money I have and my team had, I don't blame you for you trying to get your money back. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just love the game. Right. You know what I'm saying? I love it. But if a nigga don't love it and he's trying to get his bread and get money, go ahead. I mean, this is an avenue to get money. I mean, we're passionate about it. Right, there's people that's not, and you can hear it though. You can always hear it in the music.
What up, man?
It sounds different. It sounds retarded sometimes, but they get money from it.
Wow.
So you know what they in it for. Cause like if I'm around like some of these niggas, I wouldn't rap. I would keep practicing until I got better. I would never jump in front of a camera and rap like that.
Right, I understand.
Like, so this Fred the Godson shit took time to study and put his shit together before I let y'all hear anything. You never ever said, well, Fred the Godson, that nigga got way better than when I heard him. You never said that. Because when you first heard me, I was on my shit.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to come out like that.
You throwing jewels at us, man. You know what I mean? I hope everybody watching is running with it, man.
More than music, man. That's what it is.
Definite. So I guess a few more questions for you, man. I wanted to ask you, too. You've been around. You traveled to a lot of different states and you put on. I wanted to ask you, what's the difference between the New York independent artists trying to break it and those artists on the out-of-state scene, if there is a difference, because I think there's one, but I wanted to see what you thought. And then two, just what are those differences and why is New York seems so far away from home?
I mean, it's like we just too competitive over here, man. It's like in the other states, like if you go down south, there's artists. Like a lot of people just found out who Tech Nine was. You know what I'm saying? But where he's at, he's a legend. There's millionaire rappers in different states that we never heard of, and all they do is sell in their state. They don't even leave their state. They come out with a mixtape or an album. They got people driving around the town, and they selling these shit for $10, and they going like 40,000.
Wow.
And you times that 40 times.
You don't need it. You don't need it though.
And that's how they run it.
About New York, we just got everybody's rappers.
We not buying shit. You know us. You get a CD like, that shit can look crazy. That shit could be a hologram on a CD. Like, this cover's crazy.
That's what's up, man.
You don't even listen to that shit.
Break that up for me real quick.
And you know what's crazy? And I'm so passionate that used to hurt. You know what I mean? And I want the people out there that's watching that do get that. I always tell people to sell 20,000 records, you got to talk to about 400,000 people. So you're gonna get a lot of rejection, a lot of people walking by from you. What that discouragement? One, has it ever happened? In the beginning when you saw people not showing that love or that discouragement? What kept pushing? What made you keep pushing?
I don't know. I ain't really give a hell about if anybody bought my shit. I gave all the way my shit out for free, really.
I understand.
And the shit that I did sell, we only had like in the big when I first started, I had like probably like 4 boxes of CDs.
Nice, I hear you.
So I sold all them shit for like I went platinum.
Yeah,
like, all them shit is gone.
Word.
I ain't even re-up or nothing. I just said, yo, it's over.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't, you know, it wasn't no that piff or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So you couldn't download my shit. If you ain't holler at me, you was finished. Or you could listen on MySpace or some shit like that.
Right. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. But well, the fans, man. What's the fans like? Cause the response you're getting in the streets is retarded.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Craziest journey when I went on I took my own tour, and I had a tour in Japan.
Awesome.
And these motherfuckers don't even know English, but they knew my songs. But they don't talk English, but they knew the songs, and I'm like, I'm asking the dude out there, like, let me ask you something, man. Like, they can't talk English. I said, why they love me so much? He said, they think you're Biggie. I said, what the fuck? So you get the next Biggie.
What?
I was
That's
like,
what's
what?
up, man.
And then I had a song called Too Fat with Biggie on the hook.
That's what's up.
And when that shit came on, these niggas went crazy. I said, oh God, they love Big out here, man.
What's that like? Because I hear the Great One, the Messiah hip hop. Like, what? Getting these names. What is that pressure, or how does that make you feel from all the work, all the sacrifices, everything you put into this to be called the Messiah of hip hop and New York's, next and we the streets, the response. Like I said, you was in demand. I had to get, I'm blessed to get you here. So,
love.
What's that like, man?
It feels good because it lets you know you're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Like every artist, this shit is hard. Like I'm not gonna come up here and say shit is nothing. This shit is hard, man. It's hard to get to a point where you're making money.
I understand.
It's so much. It's hard. It's a grind.
Wow.
Like you, and when you're there making money, and niggas know you, even gets harder. Like people look at me and be like, I'm working 20 times more hard than I've ever worked in my life. But make a lot of money, thank God, and
yeah, man.
But this shit is crazy.
It's no love in independent, because I think that if you're whack, other whack people have no problem working with you. If you're trying to move up or somebody's like that, it's like the competition is like New York, just too much of the same. Is it like that in the majors? Are you getting love, or do you find people like they don't want you to take their spot? Or?
Yeah, you get that all because this is rap. This is hip hop. I have rappers that, I'm not gonna say their names, but they told me with their own mouth, like, yo, listen, it's easy for me to do a record with this dude, but you say too much crazy shit. So my mind gotta be right, because this is...
Oh, he wants you to write first.
It's
second.
And it's like, when you get on the record, I'm just trying to make music.
Right.
But I understand what they're saying, because you know how the people do. People listen like... Fred killed that nigga, yo. Fred always killing all these niggas. That is cool, but the fans don't know. Sometimes they be fucking me up. They writing shit on these artists, these big artists. Like, yo, the nigga Fred will kill you if you do. I'm like, no, don't say that. So I get this nigga on my next single, man.
Yeah, I feel you.
And then it's rappers. I'm cool with everybody. And
that's what's up.
Like, I even try to get a mixtape done with certain people, and they keep it a million. Like, I can't do that with you right now, my nigga. Like, you say too much shit.
Jeez.
It is what it is, man.
One shot at this, man. That's what's up. So, oh man, I guess walk the people through the mixtapes, man. When was the first one that dropped, and what's coming out? What's out now? Let them know what's up with where they can get it.
I had the Big Bronx out there.
Nice.
Then I went to the Armageddon. Armageddon was my first like mainstream joint.
Nice.
I had who I had on that shit? Styles,
nice, man.
Busta Rhymes, Cameron, Waka Flocka. I don't know, a couple other people.
That's what's up.
That's the one you felt that took you up there. That mixtape put you out there.
Yeah, and then of course the City of God. That was Gangsta Grills.
Awesome, yeah, that was dope.
That's Monique's Room was on there.
That's what's up, man.
Had Vado on there.
Nice, man.
What else I had on that shit? Had Pusha T on there. Nice. Had Mano on there.
Jeez, man.
See, independent artists, man, make that grind.
Word up.
Make that grind, and then you're gonna get up there. Like, don't worry about the little crap that's going on right now. Put your money out there, get your shit going, and then you make it up to that big time where you got anybody. on your joint.
Then it was Gordo Federico. I had
nice.
No, Mano was on Gordo Federico, right? Yeah, Mano was on that one.
That's what's up.
Had Jim Jones on that
Shout out to Mano,
one.
man. We got Mano.
I brought Little Kim out for that one.
Nice. That's what's up.
Jim Jones, Corey Guns, Fat Joe.
Nice.
Jeremiah, Vado.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Man, you got a lot of work.
And then you got Fatboy Fresh.
Yeah, of course.
So I had Contraband. That was a collaboration with me and Arsonists.
Nice.
Then I got Fatboy Fresh that's out right now, and that shit is ringing.
Fatboy, make sure you get that, man. That's
I got Dizzy right on there.
That's what's up, man.
Chevy Woods.
Dope.
Vado French.
Jeez.
Tyler Woods.
Dominating it right now. Dominating. That's what's up, man.
We can talk all night, man.
That's what's up, man. Nah, I hear you. That's what it is, man. That's what's up.